Hello and welcome to the Battlefield Top Plays. In today's episode we've got a selection of the worst enemies in Battlefield 5. This is episode 3 of Blind Enemies. Starting us off we have Uji, and he's going to be pulling off a very nice streak as he pushes up the stairs on Devastation of Rotterdam against a load of enemy players that don't seem to stop him or his squad mate. Golem's next up. He's playing on Hamada, and this is going to be one of my favourite clips of the episode as he lies down on the side of a hill and the entire enemy team pushes past him. Maybe this is something that you're into in Battlefield 5. Personally, I think it is completely ridiculous that you can do this and enemies can't spot you. Even when you are looking on the floor, especially before the patch, it's very difficult to spot enemy players, but now the patch is here, maybe it's slightly easier, but come on. These are some really blind players, and this isn't a tactic that should ever work so effectively. He's got the smoke to help him, to be fair, but he does get himself a lot of kills on these players who really should learn to open their eyes.
나 지금
애들 아직도 형 발견 못했어요? 형 완전 편해 보이시는데요?
와 장난 아니야. 사좀 줘.
애들 진짜 모르냐. 안녕. 애들 겁나 웃겨. 몰라.
와 나 지금 몇 개 타는 거야 지금?
바로 위에.
The CROVER's next up. He's playing on FL652 in the nice snowstorm that you don't often see on this map. He's actually going to be pulling off a knife streak in this one, using that cookery blade to the best of his ability. A nice streak. Solid's next up. He's going to be playing on Harrahh, and he's pulling off a clip with some really stupid enemies. This one is probably the best in the episode when it comes to enemies that just don't have a clue. The first three guys, fair enough. Sometimes you do get shot in the back in this game and there's not much you can do about it, but the rest of them, well, it's almost as if he has a silencer on his gun and no interest in using their eyes to tell them where enemies have been and where squad mates are dying. This one is a nice clip though, an objective play and a load of people taken down. Do you ever get annoyed by a couple of snipers camping on top of this water tower on Panzerstorm? Well, what you want to do is take a Stuka like Harrahh's done and then embarrass them in the best way possible.
Good job, objective Caesar is ours.
It couldn't be a Blind Enemies episode without a clip from Maxi. This guy plays so much Battlefield, I'm sure he comes across a lot more idiots than we'll ever see, and this one is a nice knife streak as he pushes around the corner and takes most of them down. A nice objective play at the same time.
I freaking called it! How many kills was that? Oh, I love throwing knives. I love him. That could have been so much more as well.
He also sent in a few more clips. This guy does send me more clips than anyone else, and they're all good, so I thought I'd include them. Stick them together. This one's going to be a nice clip on Twisted Steel. Again, using these throwing knives, which I seem to think are still pretty damn OP. That guy on the AA gun makes me laugh. Then the guy lying next to him in the mud, he just walks through this enemy team like they're not even there. Barely gets shot at until just then, where the guy shoots him once and then he thinks that's enough. Gets a CROVER M95 round to the face. A nice clip, this one, with a load of kills again, capping an objective.
That is... Oh yes, give me more. Why not? Why not give me more? Why not give me more? Why not give me more, dude?
We have now taken objective data.
The most lucky server I joined? The most lucky server I joined. Christmas noob server. I don't know what kind of... These guys all are playing the game for the first time. What is this society? I don't know, man. I feel like a machine right now. Hold up, I gotta not forget to clip that as well.
The next clip is a mixture of a buff on the AP mine and 5 enemies that didn't spot it. Austin Shiner's next up, playing on Devastation using the MG42, and yes, you people say I don't want to see more bipod gameplay with the support weapons, which is why I try and limit them to these blind enemy episodes. But whatever, this one's more about the bad enemies, and there are plenty in this clip for you to laugh at.
We have lost our control of objective Baker.
Ammunition, have it! Thank you, soldier. Ammunition, take it!
Objective easy is now ours.
Ajit is next up. He's going to be playing on Harrahh. He's pushing through a building. A load of enemies are situated beneath and on the roof. He makes light work of all of them as they completely fail to prevent him from capping the objective.
Team 57. He is cheating. I've attracted him.
We have now taken objective data.
Also recording his game.
How do you report someone? Your teammate's gonna report.
Ich leg dich
What the
zusammen,
fuck?
Soldat.
Omelette 2?
What the fuck, bro?
He just believes this random guy.
Never mouth.
Tad Ghostal's next up, playing on Fiel 652. He's going to be pulling off a streak with the MP40, of course, in the medic class. This one on Bravo objective is another one of these clips where his team's pushing, it's all going pretty well, but then for some reason his team starts to lose a couple of players. He locates himself in the corner behind a piece of cover, and the enemy team just seem to forget he's there, and he takes them all down.
Objective able.
SK Sniper 288 is next up, Fiel 652 playing in the medic class, getting himself a selection of kills on enemies that are pushing towards this alpha objective. There are a load on it already. He's sitting right next to two of them who failed to see he's there, and then he goes on a bit of a rampage, taking out enemies that again fit the description of the title of this video.
Objective Anton has been out.
Next up, a clip from another puppet. Starting a game on Rotterdam. He's got to push through, he's got to capture that objective, and as a squad leader, he's going to lead the line for his team, dropping a couple of smokes in as a medic, and then getting involved. Luckily for him, the enemy team don't really seem to care, and he just walks through all of them, getting himself a whole load of kills.
Hier, falls du erste Hilfe brauchst. Hier, Granate!
ABOODE is next. He's playing on Aerodrome, and this is going to be a very nice clip against enemies that should really know better. He gets himself taken out but then picked up and just keeps himself in the corner of this room with his MG34, racking up a load of kills.
Jetzt kommt eine Granate!
Pulverize next up. He's pulling off one of the favourite tactics in the game, lying on the floor, in a shadow, peeking a corner with a Tommy gun and mowing everybody down. YawngSimmie's next up. He's going to be playing on Devastation of Rotterdam, running with the Sturmgewehr, I believe. A nice clip on Echo, holding the enemy team back, making use of his Piat to kill a camper behind the sandbags. Then he gets the enemy team pushing him and mows him down. The last 3 players. I mean, what on earth are they doing? Getting towards the back end of this video, here's a clip from Slydog. This one's a nice sniping clip. Not so much bad enemies, but they don't really pay attention to one guy who's out in the open sniping them all to pieces. A nice little sniper feed this with a couple at the end of the clip as well. Thanks for sending it in. Moving on, TornadoGaming. He's playing on Twisted Steel, playing on the bridge, and this is what you expect on Battlefield 5 in this situation. For some reason, enemies just cannot see you when you're on the bridge on Twisted Steel, especially when you lie on the ground. It's almost like you blend in and look like a dead body. He takes advantage of some smoke with a push forwards and then sets to work on removing most of the enemy team that are on Alpha objective, getting himself a load of kills, but also exposing some pretty blind enemy players. Thanks for watching this episode of the Battlefield Top Plays Blind Enemies. Hopefully you got through the entire episode without turning off the video, because I was close to whilst editing it. These guys are just incredible, and the players they're shooting are just insanely bad. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.